Let's start this module with one of the most important distinctions in all of capture and proposal work, the difference between explicit needs and implied needs. This single idea separates average proposal teams from the ones that consistently win. Every company can see the explicit needs. They're the ones written clearly in the RFP, the tasks, deliverables, and performance standards. They're easy to find because they're spelled out. Provide help desk support, deliver quarterly reports, meet cybersecurity compliance. But here's the problem. If you only respond to those explicit needs, you sound exactly like everybody else. You're checking boxes instead of solving problems. Winning companies go much deeper. They read between the lines and uncover the implied needs, the real motivations driving those requirements. An explicit need might say, provide cybersecurity support. The implied need might say, we have failed 3 audits in a row and our leadership is under pressure to fix it fast. The first is about tasks. The second is about pain. And pain is what people actually buy solutions for. Let me say that example again. The explicit need, provide cybersecurity support. The implied need, we've failed 3 audits in a row and our leadership's under pressure to fix it fast. The difference between tasks and pain. Let's do the same thing with logistics. An RFP might state, provide warehouse and distribution services. But if you listen closely, the implied need might be, our supply chain is bottlenecked, our data is outdated, and our team can't respond quickly enough to emergencies. That's not written anywhere, but it's the real problem you're being asked to solve. So how do you find those implied needs? You listen differently. You look for clues in the language of the RFP, words like improve, reduce, prevent, modernize, streamline. Those words are red flags waving at you saying something isn't working here. You study the history of the program, read past performance reports, check old contract modifications, listen in at meetings you attend for patterns of frustration. Those repeated pain points tell you what the customer truly values this time around. Because what buyers write and what they want aren't always the same. When you understand both, you position your company perfectly, compliant to the letter, but compelling to the intent. So pause for a second and jot this down. Explicit needs are what the buyer says. Implied needs are what the buyer means. Again, explicit needs are what the buyer says. Implied needs are what they mean. That one line should guide every win theme you ever write. Because when your win theme speaks directly to the unspoken issue, the thing keeping your customer up at night, you're not just responding to an RFP anymore. You're solving their real problem. And that's the difference between being a vendor they evaluate and a partner they choose. In our next lesson, we're going to go deeper into how to identify those implied pain points, where to find them, how to listen for them, and how to turn them into insight that drives your win theme.